So BPM is actually a business process management. So I mean any particular requirement or anything, if you are having any suppose like you are applying for a bank loan. So I mean how exactly this particular requirement we can able to do under the BPM category. So suppose like I want to apply for a loan, and right now we are actually just logging into the app, and we are just in the few seconds we are able to get the loan, right? So but in the previous, let's suppose like okay, 10 years back, how exactly it was. So 10 years back we actually go to the bank and we give the paperwork, and it might approve and it might take several days. So a lot of paperwork is there, right? Right now everything is got automated. So how exactly uh, the things we can able to change the overall requirement, this all will come under the category of the PPM. It's business process management. So we can define this particular word into three words. Like business is something, the same example as I said. So applying for the bank loan, it's a business for the banks. The process. So what is the process? So before we have the paperwork, and right now we are having the automated process. And management is okay. How exactly we have managed that particular business process? So that is how we can able to define these three words. And yes, so in the market, like we have a lot of BPM tools. Like in older, actually, IBM BPM is the only one which is leading. I mean, around I can say like okay, 7 or 8 years before. So later on, we got a Pega. So Pega is also leaded around 3 years back. But right now, Appian is actually leading the market. So Appian is the one which is leading from last 2 years. The market for the Appian is very too good, and lot of people or lot of projects are actually migrating to the Appian. And of course, the other tools also has been started, like OutSystems and Mendix are also in the early stages right now. I mean, OutSystems is somewhat good. Mendix is also in the early stage, but yes, compared to all of them, the Appian is one of the leading currently. So what exactly we do in the Appian? So in Appian, we actually build the application. Okay.
Hey, Uday, actually, sorry to stop you there, but
Yeah.
I'm more keen on the demand for this tool in the market. So I was more keen on that topic. So when you said migrating, so companies are migrating from Pega or some other system?
No, not from the Pega, some other system.
Okay, what are the other systems?
So any other system, like it might be a Java application or .NET. So any other, uh, the coding which we have the other platforms. So they wanted to automate. So I'm coming to that particular point. So that is what I'm just trying to say.
Okay. So, what are the good things, why companies has to come to this Appian when compared to Pega?
Yeah, I'm going to come to that.
In 2011, I was a Pega CSS certified. Okay.
Mhm.
After that, I never got a chance to work on Pega, but I was certified in Pega initial of my career. So I have a little bit background on Pega, how workflows and all those things work in Pega. So I'm just keen, why this has been come so late in the market. So if at all a company has to choose, why they have to choose this thing. And obviously, I'm interested in the from developing standpoint also how easy it is to learn when while compared to Pega. If you know little bit background about Pega.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So coming to the Pega, like so, Pega is it's actually a no-code platform. Okay. I think in Pega we actually don't do the coding. We just do the drag and drop plot in the Pega. But coming to the APN, so APN we need to do some code. But yeah, the
Mhm.
reason why right now APN is leading me compared to the Pega is, there are a lot of uh, different things we can assume, like okay, the way APN actually projected the market. So the way they have given the publicity or the market is nowadays is very high, and the reason why is they actually started giving lot and lot of features or lot of updates. So suppose like the recent Appian actually will work in every 3 months they will give a one update. So in every update, they actually come with new features. So Appian come with something called initially Appian RPA. So they have got something in their own ARPA. Before we did not, they don't have. Later on, they come with Appian RPA. So like this, they have something called IDP. What it means by IDP is intelligent document processing. So like we can able to scan the documents directly, and they can able to get the data from your document. They actually combine with the Google AI, and they have done. So like this, on each and every update, they are coming with a lot of different features which are helping them to lead in the market. So they come with something called process mining in the recent. Process mining is if we have unstructured data, with the help unstructured data, we can able to structurize and we can able to use it in our application. So like this, there are many things they are doing in each and every 3 months of update. So that is the main reason they are actually leading right now. Yes, previously we have the Pega, and at that time we don't. And when I started my career on Appian, at that time no one knows what is Appian, but at that time everybody says Pega. But yes, so right now mostly. Appen is leading. So mostly if you see the market demand, if you ask the market demand right now in the market, so just if you go into the Google and say that okay, Appian jobs, you can find plenty of jobs in Appian. And the more reason why the project migrations, and the other projects are actually migrating to the app, and the main one of the reason why it is actually after the COVID. So after the COVID only, the demand for the app actually got increased a lot. Why? Because I mean, during the COVID, lot of projects which are kept it on hold, they wanted to move further, so they come with automated and wanted to do the things very fast. So at that time, Appian has helped a lot of projects to do things very fast. So in Appian, the components, and actually Appian is built it on the Java based. But yes, so they're all ready. The components and everything will be ready, and we just need to use that particular components, and we have to build the application. So that is the main reason since the development part. So suppose if I take a Java project, and I have around suppose like 3 Java developers. So suppose like it take around 6 months to complete the particular project in the Java. So in APM, we can able to complete within 2 months and with 2 developers. I mean, this is the standpoint why the most of the projects are actually migrating to the low code platform. I mean, I was not saying that okay, it's APN is right now the APN they are doing might be APN might lead next around 5 years or 10 years. 10 years they might lead, and later on, okay, there might come with new technology. So right now, as per the statics, like 2024 or 2025, the low-code platforms like APN or Out Systems or Mendix or Pega. So the most demand is for this particular tools only, because a lot of projects are actually looking for the low code, which they want to complete the things very fast instead of going for the development. So that is the main agenda. Like the APN is right now, it is on the boom. And yes, coming to the if you ask me to say like okay about the packages level, or if you ask me to about the demand level, right now the demand is very high, and lot of openings has been there in the market. And coming to the packages, yes, definitely right now in not only in India and US, in US also the packages are in US. Right now the demand is increasing more. From the last 6 months, the demand for the app is increasing very well in US. And in India, it's already from the last 1 year, it is increased, and the coming to the packages also, the, which is very good in compared to of other technologies. So suppose in other technologies, they are having, if you're having 2 years of experience, and in other technologies, they are giving for 10 lakhs. In they are giving 15 to 20 lakhs for the app and developer in India. So in the same way, you can assume in the US as well. US also the market is very good. Yeah, so that is something about the demand and how the APN actually started. Actually, APN started in 2007 only, but the come the market, they catch the market is recently in around post COVID 2019. At that time, they have come into the more market, and in 2020 after post COVID, lot of people and lot of projects are actually started working mostly on the APN thing. So as I cleared your doubt.
Yeah, fair enough, Uday. Thank you.
Yeah, so that is something about how the Appian started and how Appian is I mean, when you compare it to other programming languages, how the Appian is able to we can able to do the things. I will explain some points like okay, and what will be there in the Appian. Some points, just high level, I will explain you. So just might be I think since you are almost of them are working professionals, you definitely can able to understand. The first thing is like okay, Appian is actually we can able to I mean the install the Appian in our on-premise and also in the cloud. On-premise is something in our local servers we can able to install the Appian, or it's a cloud instance. So what is the difference between on-premise and cloud in the sense? On-premise is our local servers. We have to, if you have a server, we can able to get a license from the app and we can able to install this in our own local servers. So usually all the banking projects and all will be using the on-premise part. And apart from that, cloud is something that will be totally managed by the app and corporation. So you just need to pay the money and they will give you whichever the instances you want. So in cloud and also on-premise, the app and will support. In the similar way, other technologies, app and also we can have the dev, test, production, how many environments you have, you can able to do. I mean, the compared to the development part, as Appen is an end-to-end development tool. So end-to-end in the sense, from the front end to the back end, everything we can able to develop in Appian. So I mean the front end in the sense the UI part and everything, in the back end in the sense the database things and everything also we can able to integrate and we can able to develop in Appian. The other thing is in Appian, not only in Appian, like if you go for a Pega or if you go for the any of the BPM tools, you'll be having something, some object called process model. So what is actually a process model in the sense? Usually the process model is the one which actually define the flow of the your business requirement. So suppose if you see the current example here, so this is something related to the customer service. So suppose like you have been in the particular company, I mean suppose you are using something HDFC Bank and you have some issue with your transaction. So you drop a mail to the system. So so the process can able to read the mail and it will say that okay whether which type of the mail it is. So it is something related to the support. It will present to the support team. So the support team will call you or they will mail you. Suppose it is something like a sales team, then the sales team will contact you. Suppose like you want a new credit card, so you drop a mail. So it will go to the sales team. If something like okay support related, it will go to support team. That means you are actually defining your requirement over here. So based upon the initial customer service to which team it should need to assign. So all these different type of the flows, I mean the requirement flow, I mean the business requirement we can able to, the business flow as I said, like the business flow we can able to define in the process models. I mean not only the business level, I mean there are different things which we can able to do in the process model like inserting the data into the databases, calling the store procedures. Uh, and then there will be a lot and lot. So there will be a lot of smart services also Appen will support. We'll discuss about more when we actually working and we started the training and when we are going here. And also in Appen we have some one object called actually groups. What do you mean by groups in the sense? Suppose like okay, in the bank, so there are we are having the bank manager, and suppose then we also have something called bank representative. So suppose you applied for a loan, so bank representative see all the details, and he said okay, he said he approved, and next it should approved by the manager. So he will also see all the details and he will also approve. If you think about the screen visualization, bank manager will see some details, bank representative also will see details. But when it is come to the bank manager need to see the details of the bank representative also. Bank representative whether approved or not. So that means we have to manage here the security. Okay, so that means bank representative details should visible to the bank manager it seems. So that means there should be some security, right? When he logins, some should be appear, and for bank representative, some should not be appear. That means some should be disappear. So all these things managing the security, like who logins and what need to be appeared and what should not be appeared, who can click on the particular links and who could not click on the particular link. So all this, I mean, the things we can able to achieve with the help of some object called groups in Appian. So we have something called a groups. In a simple way, if you ask me, so what is mean by groups? In the sense, group is something set of a people. Suppose for managers, I can create a one group. For the bank representatives, I can create one group. For customers, I can create one group. So later there will be set of groups and set of users will be added into that, and they can able to log in, and they can able, based upon the security we set and the based upon the code we have written, the screen will be visible to them in that particular settings. So something one of the object we have. This is social collaboration. You can ignore this one. Like we have, I mean, right now nobody is using this. You can ignore it. Apart from that, Appian is not only for the developing the applications, but also we can able to do the reporting also in Appian. So Appian will actually support a lot of the reporting. First of all, what is mean by reporting? So reporting is something the graphical representation of the customer data. So if you have any customer data and the customer says that, okay, can you please show him in a chart? He wants like, okay, how many loans has been came in the last 1 month. So you want to show it in a line chart or bar chart, whatever the charts. So we can able to do it in Appian. So Appian will support lot of different charts, line chart, bar chart, column chart. There are a lot of charts which actually Appian have. Apart from that, if you want some other charts, we have something called Appian plugins. What I mean by plugins in the sense, if you have any external requirement, so already that particular plugins will be developed. I mean, it will be developed by some other companies. You can just install that particular plugins, and we can able to use that particular requirement. We'll discuss about more about the plugins and all when the training is started. But yes, so Appian will support all the different type of the charts, grids, and all. And yes, Appian also will support connecting to other systems. So suppose like I was in one of the project, and the project is using suppose like Oracle database, and they was started newly, they implemented Appian. They wanted to continue the same Oracle database. Yes, that is possible. So Appian can, I mean, Appian, there are some set of DBs which will support Appian, not this set, but there will be lot. So in that mostly, I mean, every project whichever they have DBs they have. I mean the SQL Server, Oracle, I mean, mostly Postgre. So most of them will be supported by the Appian. I mean, it's not like that, okay, Appian will support only the databases, but it will also support any other connecting to any other external system. Suppose there is a project which is a client, suppose HDFC Bank, and they are using the Salesforce. There is some data in the Salesforce. They suppose started newly in Appian. They want some data from the Salesforce. Yes, they can able to pull the data from the Salesforce. So they can able to connect it to any of the external systems. Appian have that particular flexibility. Like they have some objects like integration object and the web APIs. With the help of that, they can able to connect to any of the external sources, and they can able to pull the data, or they can able to update the data. So that is the main feature which actually Appian is having. It's the advanced feature. Apart from that, Appian also can have some other features like sending an emails. Suppose like suppose your request has been approved. Automatically, if you wanted to get a mail that okay, this is the request and it was approved by your manager. So yes, in Appian you can able to directly send an emails to a particular person or a group of the people. All these things we can able to do it in Appian. So that particular feature of sending an emails, receiving the emails, scanning the emails, all these things we can able to do it in Appian. So the main thing which I wanted to say here is Appian is used for mostly internal projects. So what do you mean by internal projects in the sense? Appian is not like that, okay, if you go into the Google and suppose you open some website, it's not like the particular websites and all will not be built it on Appian. It is for internal people only. Internally, like suppose in your organization, you want to implement something like leave management. So leave management in the sense you have employee and we have the something your manager. You apply the leave and your manager will actually approve your leave. So that means internal, you have internal website and you will have your credentials and you will log in, right? So this like this, all these internal applications we can able to build it on Appian. not for any external systems. Like, okay, you have an external site and you just log in. So suppose something like ICICI Bank, you just Google and you will just have net banking. So not the external sites or open websites. It's for only internal projects. In any organization, we will be having lot of internal projects, right? So they actually do a lot of things, and they want all this to be seen. So suppose you are applying for a claim, the claim management or anything, any business like coming to the banking sector, they will be having some check processing like this of things. And mostly Appian is actually used mostly in the banking and pharma. I mean, in manufacturing and retail. I mean, I have gone through these domains, but there might be other domains as well they are using. But I would like to say here one thing is Appian is used only for the internal projects. So apart from that, so suppose I built an application on Appian. So suppose if you are building an application on the Java, so the web-based application, you will go to the browser and you will see that particular application and you will use it. Suppose the client says that, okay, I want the application need to be used in my mobile also. So what exactly we do, like we again need to build some other mobile-based application with Android technology or some other technology we build the application. But in Appian, it's not required. The application, what exactly you build once, you can able to use that particular application in your desktop, or you can able to use it in your mobile tab or whichever the device you can. So that is also the one of the main advantage which we have. So no need of building multiple things. So you can directly use the same application. We have something called Appian mobile app in your Play Store. You just log in and give the credentials, give the URL and credentials. Automatically, you will log into the application which you actually built. So that is also one of the feature which is helping a lot of the customers to do the field work. Like they can, the particular agent wanted to go to the field and you wanted to perform some of the actions. So this the app will help. So that are some of the features. I just showed you some of them, but I mean there are a lot of the advanced features which Appian is having, and we'll discuss more about the things in the training. And coming to the training, the training will be daily 1 hour, and the training will be a pure coding training. So you might see like, so there some people might say that, okay, it's a I mean it's a easy coding, and but definitely the coding should be known for you all. Why? Because if you are not aware of the coding, so most of the people say that it's no code and the drag and drop. Of course, we can do it in the drag and drop, but in the real-time project, the drag and drop will not help you. Definitely, if you know the coding, then only it will help you in the real-time project. So the training will be with the coding based. I mean, but you no need to worry because it will be easy, and definitely you are all experienced. So I don't think so you will have some issue over there. And yes, so it will be real-time POC based training. POC based in the sense. It will take a small POC, a BPM POC, anything like suppose claim management or bank loan application. Claim management, so I will start with claim management. So based upon the POC, I will explain one by one. And since the POC completed, I will have the data. So I mean, I will have the raw data, and based upon that, I can go with some all the concepts on Appian. So POC will complete, and on the same way, with the help of the particular data, I will cover all the concepts on Appian. So that is how the overall POC will go. So that will also help you in the real-time project, so that you will understand how the Appian concept, which concept need to be used at which particular place and all. So that is how the training will go. Yes, it will be 1 hour training and the recorded section, and the recorded section will be provided to you. And the environment, how to do the environment, how to get the practice, all these things we will take care. So that's all I have as of now. I mean, any questions or anything you want me to ask, you can go ahead. Yeah, I mean, you can ask the questions like Mahesh, Srinivas, Suresh.
Yeah, thanks for the demo. As you said, I'm an internal, right? So only it works on the internal. So you can't. What are those internal mean?
Yeah. So internal in the sense, I mean, suppose like you are working on an organization. Okay. So when you acquire an organization, suppose like okay, there is Citibank, right? So I mean, you have Citibank. There is an organization so which is working. So they wanted to know like some particular request. So they got some request in some system. They wanted to perform some of the approvals internally in that particular request. Uh, in that case, they can use Appian. Suppose like okay, I'm a customer to the Citibank and I applied for around 10 lakhs of the loan. Suppose just think this is an example. Okay, you raise a request. So what you can do is you will do it from the website what they provided and you will just submit the request. The same request they can send it to the Appian, and in Appian they can go for some approvals. Okay, 10 lakhs in the sense they wanted to see all the back end. Okay, this guy is a salary guy. So one person will approve. Next it will go for the manager. He will also see all the details and he will also might approve. So like this, some set of approvals, and later on the it will again go to my the website what I have applied, and in the status will get changed. Okay, your loan has been approved. That means internally people, if they wanted to do something, so in any organization, you'll be having lot of like this of projects internally. If you wanted to do, in this case, you can able to go with Appian, like the leave management, the claim management, anything. I mean, internal business people wanted to use it instead of it's not an open one. You're working in organization internal your organization people application. If you wanted to use, then you can go with an app. It's not an open website like okay, you'll just go to the website and there is a website which is built on Appian and you will go. It's not like that. So internally, so you're working in an organization, definitely you will have a portal, right, to where you will go and you will apply the leave, or where you will go and see you will apply for some updates in your personal data. So like this, any of the internal things, it's not only like loan or leave. Many sectors, many will be there. Like if you go for a pharma related, if a new medicine is came, so there might be some step of more level of approvals they wanted to do internally. So like this, they will use an Appian. So coming to the bank, so in the bank also they might have a lot of different processes and all. So at that time they can go with Appian. Coming to the retail sector, in the retail, so they can go with some different things like particular product, where exactly this particular product and who wanted to use it. So I mean it might be any category, but internal only, internal people. So that particular organization people can able to use that particular application.
Got it. Got it. You said we have the mobile apps as well, right? Is it also same internal? It's not public exposure, right? All these apps.
Yes, it is not the public.
Okay, got it. And how about the job market? You already discussed, but I want to stress more on that.
So in
India.
US, in India and US, definitely it is very good. So mostly right now, I mean, I was in the part of around. I mean, giving the training from the 2.5 years, and I was given the training for more than. I mean, if you combine the corporate and the retail, I was given for more than 300 plus or 400 people on the training. I mean, leave the corporate people. Of course, they are already in the company, but the other people, the retail, the same like you. All of them actually, 95% of the people. I mean, some people have the personal reasons they might not know, but 90 to 95% people, they are in the job and they are actually. I mean, they got the job and they are good. They got the more package. Some people actually got the package more than me right now. So that is how it goes. So they might be 2 years. So the 2 years they got. Suppose they have around 8 lakhs or 7 lakhs package right now. They got training. They will say and that okay I was they got to a project, and they will work for 1 year, and they might got to some other different more package more than 20. In India, definitely I can say if you have around 4 to 5 years of experience and 3 years of experience on Appian, and you have a package of around 8 or 9, definitely you can come near around 16 to 17.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean the packages and everything, it's very good. I mean, not only Appian, the definitely the other technologies also right now they are going well only.
Mm-hmm. Generally, I mean, even India market to compare, how much experience you are keeping for the candidates who's going?
I think it definitely. I mean, right now, you are something. Suppose in your category, so you have around said like you have around 10 years of experience.
Mhm.
So you suppose you started learning, and definitely you can give around 2.5 to 3.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and well, you have to search for the job.
Oh,
Demand
so-
is very good right now. Why? Because since I mean the lot of IT development is happened on in India, so I mean right now the lot of companies actually again I mean new startups and new things has been came. The demand is also very high. So previously the Apple is only stick for only MNCs. So before we Apple is only for the MNCs when I was started. So mostly Cognizant, TCS, Infosys, this companies KPMG only these companies have Appian. So others even don't know what is Appian. But
mm.
right now, every company, any small company, tier two, tier three level companies also know Appen very well. And there are also new companies also started like Axel, Low Code Minds. I mean, small companies are also having huge demand on Appen. But I mean, as you know, right, if the demand, I mean, if the people don't know what is Appen, definitely the demand also will be very high. The people are less, then definitely the demand will be more.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Mahesh, do you have any questions?
Yeah, sorry, I might have missed a couple of points which you might have already mentioned, but sorry to ask again. So, are which technologies I need to be aware when you said there would be coding here? So, what are the technologies I need to be aware?
No, you no need to aware of any technology. Why? Because Appen itself is a different code, and we have so it's actually built on Java. It's not like that you need to know the Java, but yes, it will be from the scratch. You no need to aware of any other technology. Just if you have some SQL knowledge, then definitely that will help you because any development project, if you go SQL, is something is required. If you have the SQL, it will be a very good plus point. Definitely, you need to know like. Table creations, tables, so all these things. But other things you not required.
Okay. All right.
Bharat, do you
What?
have any? Yeah.
I mean, how much of coding, and based on your experience, you said 4 to 5, right? How much of coding, I mean, you write on a daily basis?
So I mean, see, code in the sense, I mean, so there is some requirement. Like, I mean, the code will be less only, but it's depend to some people will do it from the without code, and some people will write it with the code.
Mm-hmm.
Depend like. I mean, the way of the code is depend upon the requirement what we have. It is simple requirement. It's not much. It will complete in very fast. I mean, in APN, as I said, like okay, the bigger requirement also we can have the less code. I mean, the code will be very less.
Okay. So how the language look like, Appian coding language? I mean, is it closer to JavaScript or closer to Java?
Somewhat Java, not much, but it will be very easy. So let me show you.